When most people picture Denver, Colorado, they think of mountain views, downtown, or Broncos football. But tucked into the city in foothills are exclusive estates. Properties where Denver's most affluent families, athletes, and executives choose to call home. Well, today, I'm taking you on a virtual map tour of Denver's luxury homes, starting at 5 and climbing well past $10 million. Hey guys, I'm Patrick Laurienti, your Colorado real estate guide. From move-ups to multi-million-dollar estates, I help clients navigate Denver's most sought-after markets. And today I'm showing you where the ultra-wealthy live, why they choose these neighborhoods, and what makes each one unique. And guys, this is just the beginning. Soon, we'll be stepping inside some of these estates to show you what $10 million really gets you here in Denver, Colorado. So hit the subscribe so you don't miss those tours. And let's get into the first and most famous pocket of luxury homes here in Denver, Colorado. I'm pleased to welcome you to Cherry Hills Village. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Cherry Hills Village is actually a city here in the Denver metro area in one of the most famous luxury pockets here in the Denver metro area. Just wait until I show you this $22 million estate. Your price points are gonna range from anywhere from $3 million up to that $22 million house. And guys, this is where all the athletes from the Denver Broncos to Denver Nuggets and some of your top business moguls here in Colorado are purchasing homes. Now, this area gives you that sense of being located and tapped into the Denver area, but you're still far enough away to where you aren't smack dab in the middle of the city. In fact, most of the properties in Cherry Hills Village are actually going to come with acreage. So when you purchase your property, you're gonna have sprawling estates with land for you to roam around and do what you please. So if you folks are looking for that house with low to zero maintenance, like this is not the place for you. This is definitely that place where you wanna be a little bit away from the city, still plugged in, but have a ton of space and privacy, which makes Cherry Hills one of the most sought after communities here in Denver Metro. And I can't not mention one of the most prestigious country clubs here in Colorado is Cherry Hills Country Club. This is one of those country clubs that you can only get into if you're referred. They have an interview process with the board and potentially even a wait list. And so if you're coming to move to Cherry Hills Village, this is something we absolutely want to talk about, especially if you're a golfer. I'm going to take you to a place that's completely different than Cherry Hills. We're going to go to Golden, Morrison, and Lookout Mountain to see some of the sprawling estates over on the foothills. This is the Colorado lifestyle you've been waiting for. You've got luxury estates, again, with land, mountain views, and you have price points starting in the 2 to 3 million all the way up to $12 million plus. This area is great for privacy. You're gonna have a ton of acreage, but you're still gonna be close to Denver, even though it's gonna feel remote. And so if you really want that kind of serene Colorado mountain-esque property without being too far away from Denver, guys, you have to look into Golden, Morrison, and Lookout Mountain. And just north of that, we're gonna take you to Boulder. Guys, Boulder is sometimes touted to be the Silicon Valley of Colorado, and there is no shortage of luxury estates when it comes to Boulder, Colorado. Now, the area, the vibe, the lifestyle is gonna be completely different than Cherry Hills and Cherry Creek, which I'm going to tell you about here in just a second. That is an absolute must-see, and we're also going to talk about another prestigious country club here in a sec. But for those of you looking into Boulder, you're gonna be a little further detached from Denver. It's gonna be a little bit more of a drive. So if you do most of your business, your gatherings, and you like going to Denver for entertainment, Boulder might not be the place for you. Boulder's really that place for those of you who like that active lifestyle, who came to Colorado for the mountains, but still likes to be in the hub of energy of businesses. You have CU Boulder campus there, and it is a really special place. Not just the area itself, but also the estates and exclusivity that you're going to get by moving to Boulder is unmatched. Like, you're getting a mountain house within 5 to 10 minutes from downtown Boulder, which has all the things when it comes comes to good eats, coffee shops, entertainment for those weekend evenings, and you have plenty of high-end different retailer shops and local mom and pops that you guys are absolutely going to fall in love with. If you haven't seen enough, we're gonna get to Cherry Creek, and then I'm gonna tell you some of the hot spots for condos and townhomes for those of you who wanna be in the city life without the acreage, without the mountains. I got just the place for you. But guys, if you're done doing the research, you've already packed the bags and you're ready to relocate to Colorado, you can schedule a call with myself directly at the link below so that we can identify the top needs and wants, not just in the property itself, but also your lifestyle, so that we can match you to the perfect area that fits your needs here in Colorado and make the relocation process as smooth and seamless as possible, as we're talking true white glove service. And so if you're interested in relocating and talking with myself directly, you can schedule a link down below. Now, with that, let's take you to Cherry Creek. This happens to be one of my favorite places in all of the Denver metro area. Cherry Creek's like the Beverly Hills of Colorado. There's just something about the feeling you get when you're walking through downtown Cherry Creek. You see the buzz of people and retailers in the nightlife. It is absolutely something you must visit. You might not want to live there, or you might. Now guys, this is where old money is. You have historic luxury close to downtown Denver, but you're also really close, if not living in downtown Cherry Creek. And you could find properties anywhere from 2 to 10 plus million in the Cherry Creek area. And you have restored historic mansions plus modern builds tucked in and seamlessly blending together. Now, if you're moving to Cherry Creek, you're not gonna get your acreage homes. Sure, maybe there's one or two scattered amongst the many, but for most of the homes in Cherry Creek, you're going to be on a bit smaller lots than you would find in Golden, Boulder, Cherry Hills Village. You're still gonna have a yard, don't get me wrong, still gonna have the garage. And again, some estates around here will come with a bigger lot size, but for the most part, you're not living here if you're looking for a bunch of space and acreage. And again, for those of you who love golf, right here in Cherry Creek is the Denver Country Club neighborhood, one of the city's oldest and most prestigious enclaves. And it's likely you're gonna sign up for a membership to the Denver Country Club, which is Colorado's oldest private golf club, established back in 1887. Membership is by invitation only, and it's one of the most exclusive clubs in the United States, rivaling Cherry Hills Country Club. The golf course winds right through the neighborhood, so many estates here back directly onto the fairways, offering not just incredible views, but a level of prestige you can't find anywhere else in Denver proper. Guys, living here isn't just about a home, it's about legacy and access, and that's exactly what you're going to get when you live in Cherry Creek and even the Denver Country Club neighborhood. Now, for those of you who are looking for those high rises in condominiums, where are you going to be looking? Well, I'm here to tell you, I would personally buy in Cherry Creek. Yes, I'm gonna show you some properties in downtown Denver, like the Four Seasons private residences. But guys, we're gonna have to stop the car and take a look at the few condominiums in Cherry Creek. Now, they're not in abundance. You're not going to have a ton of inventory. You're likely gonna need to go down to Denver for variety. But if you could land a spot in Cherry Creek, again, guys, it's my favorite for a reason. And it's one of those you just have to visit and feel for yourself. And so Cherry Creek will absolutely have some of those $5 to $20 million condos. And I encourage you to add this to the list as we take you through and look at some of the top complexes here in the Denver area for you to purchase yourself a condo. But guys, let's be real, it's really hard to compete against the Four Seasons private residence. This is smack dab in the middle of downtown, and depending on where your unit lies, you're going to have expansive views of the Rocky Mountains. You're going to overlook Ball Arena, where the Colorado Avalanche and Denver Nuggets play, and you also might get a direct line shot of Empower Field, where the Broncos are. Guys, there's nothing like being on the top floor of the private residences and the views from your private residence. Now, the estates I'm talking about between the Four Seasons private residence and some of those ultra luxury condos in Cherry Creek, you're looking at $5 million plus. But when we go into that $1 to $3 million range, you're going to have a lot more variety in both places. And these units are still jaw-dropping estates that are going to have you in awe when you step inside. So while Denver might not be able to rival some other metro areas when it comes to downtown condo living, it definitely has its sweet spots if you know where to look in order to find you the perfect estate. Now guys, there's so much more luxury properties we haven't even had the chance to get into. I'm gonna rattle off a list of a couple of names in areas that you might want to do some research on. And again, be sure to subscribe to this video because we are going to not only do tours like this on the map, but we're going to go inside the properties to show you some of the hottest estates here in Colorado. But some of the noteworthy places that we're going to be talking about when you book a call with us down below are going to start with areas like Castle Pines and Lone Tree. Guys, the luxury market down here is absolutely in abundance. You're going to find more of that $1 to $4 million price point, but don't be fooled. Mixed in these communities, you will absolutely find your $5 to $10 million estates. And guys, one of the sneaky places that a lot of people don't talk about is this area down in Sedalia and Roxborough Park. One of the top communities down there is called Ravenna, where you have the Ravenna Country Club. And guys, the properties around there are absolutely stunning. They're going to be alongside that foothill area. And so you're going to get that kind of mountain Colorado lifestyle living without being too far from the Denver metro area. Now, these are the suburban places to find your luxury homes where most of what we talked about, like you're kind of smack dab in the middle of Denver metro or the city of Boulder. Now, maybe you don't want that mountain-esque lifestyle. Maybe you're coming to Colorado because you want 100+ acres, and I'm gonna take you guys out east. We're talking places like Elizabeth, Franktown, all the way up north to Hudson and Kingsburg, where you're going to get that perfect estate with a bunch of acreage where you can build your own ranch, live from home farm, but still have quick access to the metro area and all the amenities that has to provide. And last but not least, we can't end the video without talking about the northern Colorado area. Boulder is on that edge. It is definitely north, but it's more west than it is north. However, as you go along that Boulder corridor, you're gonna go into Longmont, you're gonna go into Berthoud. And guys, in Berthoud, you're gonna have Heron Lakes, which is a TPC Colorado golf course. And this place is an absolute jaw dropper. Now, if you're moving this far north, this is not for those of you who are going to frequent the downtown area. This is for you that you're gonna play golf 3-4 times a week. You're gonna have people over to your house, and on the occasional night out, you're likely going to Fort Collins, which is just 10 to 15 minutes north of Berthoud. You're likely going to Loveland, Fort Collins, which is around 10 to 20 minutes north of Berthoud, or you're gonna go into downtown Longmont, which is a really special place, but it's not going to give you that real ultra wealthy luxury lifestyle like some of the other places we talked about in this video. I hope you guys found this helpful as you search for your next home. And again, down below we have a link to schedule a call directly with me so that I can help you identify the top 1 or 2 areas that are going to fit your lifestyle, your budget, and ultimately give you that exclusive private estate that you've been looking for. We can't wait to connect. And guys, be sure to subscribe because we are doing in-person tours on the upcoming videos, and I don't want you to miss some of these extraordinary properties that might have your name written onto it.